Imagine building like an extraordinarily advanced artificial intelligence system. Its sole purpose is to predict the future of a really highly complex cultural landscape.
Right, specifically the Japanese market in this case.
Exactly. So you feed it mountains of behavioral data, search metrics, real-time social signals, and half of this massive neural network is actively hunting for sudden explosive events.
Like a massive video game launch.
Yeah, or like a shocking financial market intervention. But the other half of the system, however, is just quietly tracking, well, it's tracking washer dryers.
Which sounds ridiculous at first.
Right. But when the dust settles, the algorithms tracking the washer dryers are beating the ones tracking the explosive hype by over 2,000%.
It sounds almost like a glitch when you phrase it that way, honestly.
Yeah.
But what we're actually looking at is a really profound revelation about how algorithms interpret human behavior.
Totally. Welcome to the deep dive, everyone. We are so thrilled you're here at the table with us today because we have our hands on a truly fascinating stack of data from the AI market arena.
Dated June 23, 2026.
Yeah, fresh data. And what we are exploring today is a dramatic, high-stakes clash of strategic philosophies. It's playing out in real time right now within the realm of trend intelligence.
But before we really unpack these numbers, we absolutely need to establish the strict boundaries of this deep dive.
Yes, very important.
We are operating exclusively from an observation log stance today. So what we are doing is purely an analysis of algorithmic behavior and experimental trend intelligence.
Right.
There is absolutely zero investment advice, no financial signaling or trading guidance in this discussion. None. We are taking a cold, objective look at specific simulation conditions and just observing how these algorithms measure the heat and velocity of cultural and consumer signals.
We are tracking trend mechanics, basically, not financial portfolios.
Exactly.
I'm really glad we set that baseline because the mechanics we are looking at are just wild. The central theme today is this battle between two highly distinct AI tracking units.
The heavyweights of the arena.
Yeah. On one side, we have the Rhino Titans. Their foundational philosophy is something called structural stillness. They are essentially designed to filter out all the noise of the internet to find stable, balanced, and highly predictable market equilibrium.
They want the concrete foundation.
Right, they want the bedrock. On the opposing side, we have the Falcon arrows. Now, they operate on the principle of kinetic propagation. They are hunting for dynamic, sudden, and rapidly spreading trends.
They want to ride the shockwaves.
Exactly. So for you listening, it's like, do you map the underlying tectonic plates or do you track the sudden seismic tremors?
It is the ultimate test of how to read a complex environment.
Right. And to see how this actually works, we need to look at what the AI market arena calls the new deployments.
The starting line.
The starting line. At exactly 0.00 UTC today, fresh keywords were injected into the arena's neural nets, kicking off a brand new 10-day trend evaluation. This is where the algorithms place their markers.
And their choices today could not be more opposite.
Totally. The Rhino Titans deployed a tracker for Natsu Drama, which translates to summer TV dramas categorized under entertainment.
Okay.
And the Falcon arrows. They deployed Shusin, energy conservation, categorized under lifestyle.
These two selections just perfectly encapsulate their respective programming.
Okay, let's unpack this for a second because I really have to push back on the Rhino Titans logic here.
Go for it.
Natsu Drama. Summer TV dramas in the summer. I mean, that feels incredibly redundant for an advanced AI, doesn't it?
I see where you're going.
It's literally a calendar event. It happens every single year without fail. It drives predictable, scheduled searches for actors and streaming platforms. Where is the analytical value in predicting something that is already on a printed schedule?
You're looking for the surprise.
Yeah. How does an algorithm extract any meaningful intelligence from an event with zero surprise factor?
Well, see, that lack of surprise is precisely the point. What you are identifying as redundancy, the algorithm defines as structural stillness. The Rhino Titans aren't trying to predict a surprise at all. They are utilizing an immovable cultural pillar to calibrate their entire trend map.
Calibrated how?
So the seasonal launch of TV dramas in Japan is a massive systemic event. It reliably reorganizes consumer attention, advertising expenditure, and, digital search behavior across all demographics.
So you're saying they aren't just tracking the TV shows, they are using the TV shows as a baseline.
Exactly. By locking on to a structural certainty, the algorithm establishes a noise floor.
A noise floor?
Right. It calculates exactly how much aggregate human attention is being absorbed by these scheduled predictable events. Once it mathematically maps that baseline, it becomes incredibly efficient at identifying what attention is free or anomalous.
Oh, wow.
It's anchoring itself to a bedrock event to better understand the currents moving around it.
Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. It's like if you know exactly how much water is supposed to be in the river, you can instantly detect when a flash flood starts.
That's a great way to put it.
Which brings us to the Falcon arrows. They deployed Shisheen, or energy conservation.
Which is the pure embodiment of kinetic propagation.
Because it's not scheduled.
Right.
Yeah.
Unlike a scheduled television season, energy conservation in this context isn't just a general lifestyle concept. It is an active, real-time behavioral shift.
People reacting to things right now.
Exactly. The algorithms are tracking a dynamic wave of consumer reaction to soaring electricity bills intersecting with, well, peak summer heat in Japan.
So how does the Falcon algorithm actually measure that? Because, I mean, energy conservation isn't a single product you buy or a specific show you watch.
It measures it by mapping the propagation vectors of anxiety and adaptation.
Anxiety and adaptation.
Yes, the AI isn't just counting how many times someone types the word into a search bar. It is calculating the velocity at which this behavioral intent spreads across totally disparate digital nodes.
Like what kind of nodes?
Well, it tracks the intersection of queries about thermostat optimization, traffic spikes to local utility rebate portals, and social media sentiment regarding household expenses.
Oh, so it's piecing together a whole web of behavior.
Right. It measures the heat of a reactive dynamic wave spreading from household to household in real time.
So it's the difference between an algorithm mapping the structural layout of a city grid versus an algorithm tracking the velocity of a rumor spreading through that exact same city.
Precisely. The Rhinos map the structure, the Falcons track the reaction.
Okay, but deploying a tracking unit on day one, that's the easy part, right? The real friction happens when these signals have to survive contact with the actual noisy digital environment.
The real world is messy.
Yeah. How do these philosophies hold up when they are actively battered by real-time data? And that brings us to the active missions.
This is where it gets really interesting.
These are the keywords currently navigating the middle of their 10-day evaluation journeys. The rough seas, basically. And the real-time telemetry here is fascinating.
The contrast in the active mission data right now is, it's one of the most revealing snapshots of algorithmic processing we've seen all season.
The numbers are stark. So the Rhino Titans are currently tracking Puramu Da, which is Prime Day, under lifestyle.
Okay.
And their signal is sitting at a stagnant negative 0.4%.
Pretty flat.
Yeah, very flat. Meanwhile, the Falcon arrows are tracking Kenny, market intervention, under finance, and that signal is surging at a massive positive 8.4%.
A huge difference.
Right, so if we are just looking at a dashboard, the Rhino Titans look like they are veiling. Negative 0.4% means there is virtually zero kinetic movement. It's like a massive cargo ship just caught in the doldrums.
Right, no wind in the sails.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There is no trend velocity. So why would an advanced algorithm hold a position that is completely flatlining?
Well, because you have to understand how the Rhino algorithm calculates stillness.
Okay.
To a human looking at a dashboard, negative 0.4% looks dead. But to a trend intelligence system looking for structural equilibrium, Prime Day at negative 0.4% is not a dead signal.
What is it then?
It is a tightly coiled spring.
A coiled spring. Walk me through the mechanics of that. I'm not sure I see it.
Okay, so the algorithm is detecting a statistical void. Prime Day is a massive known structural event, right? Right. The AI calculates the historical baseline of consumer spending intent in the weeks leading up to it. When it sees the signal flatline or dip slightly, it isn't reading a lack of interest.
Then what is it reading?
It is reading intentional suppression. It mathematically recognizes that consumers are actively holding back their search velocity and purchase behavior. They are waiting for the date to drop.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The absence of movement is the signal. It proves the structural gravity of the upcoming event is successfully warping current behavioral patterns.
That is mind-blowing. So the stillness is actually proof of the impending kinetic release. The consumers are holding their breath, and the algorithm is measuring the silence.
Exactly. It's brilliant. Now, contrast that tightly coiled spring with the Falcon arrow's tracking of market intervention.
Right, the 8.4% surge.
That positive 8.4% surge is pure, unadulterated kinetic energy.
Because a market intervention is a sudden systemic shock. It's chaotic, like a violent storm.
Yes, and kinetic propagation algorithms are entirely designed to surf volatility. When a financial intervention occurs, it creates an immediate, highly energized ripple effect.
People panicking, checking their apps.
Exactly. The AI is capturing the extreme velocity of panic and rapid information seeking. It measures the cross-platform propagation.
Meaning how fast it jumps from place to place.
Right. How quickly a news alert translates into frantic search queries, which then translates into intense social media debate. It thrives on sudden societal anxiety. It is a loud, urgent, mathematically dense signal.
Okay, so the Falcons are surfing an 8.4% tidal wave of immediate human reaction, while the Rhinos are sitting at negative 0.4%, measuring the tension of a coiled spring.
Correct.
But riding a real-time spike doesn't mean much if the trend evaporates by tomorrow. The ultimate test of these algorithms isn't what happens in the middle of the ocean, it's what actually makes it to the shore.
The final tally.
Exactly. And that brings us to the mission-completed reports.
This is where the theoretical architecture of these AIs meets the deeply practical, absolutely unforgiving reality of the 10-day filter.
This is the dramatic reveal, and I think it completely upends how we usually think about digital trends. The 10-day evaluation is final.
Let's hear it.
The Rhino Titan's keyword was Sentaku Kansuki, washer-dryer, categorized under electronics. It blasts through the finish line at a massive positive 22.9%.
Huge.
Yeah. And the Falcon Arrow's keyword was Persona 6. Persona 6, a highly anticipated video game. It completely and utterly flatlines at negative 100.0%.
Wow. This specific set of data is the absolute crux of our deep dive today.
Really?
Oh yeah, it perfectly illustrates the gap between superficial digital noise and fundamental behavioral shifts in the Japanese market.
I want to focus on this Rhino Titan's victory first because it is just staggering to me. Amidst all the complexity of the Japanese market, the flashing neon of new tech, the sudden economic anxieties, a washer-dryer.
I know, it sounds so boring.
It is. How does a tracking unit locked onto a mundane household appliance cut through all that algorithmic noise to hit a 22.9% surge? It acted like a lighthouse in the dark. What did the AI see that we didn't?
The algorithm saw the immovable reality of the physical environment.
Okay, explain that.
We have to look at how the 10-day gap mathematically filters intent. The AI Market Arena's engine doesn't just measure what people are clicking on today, it measures sustained intent over time.
Right.
And the Japanese summer environment introduces unpredictable, intense weather, high humidity, and really prolonged rainy periods.
Right, the rainy season. It forces a structural change in how people manage their daily lives. You literally can't dry your clothes outside.
Precisely. The sudden, unavoidable shift towards practical, indoor-focused electronics like washer-dryers completely overpowers transient digital hype.
Because you actually need it.
Yes. The Rhino's algorithm recognized that weather patterns and household utility represent a structural certainty with virtually zero decay over a 10-day period. The necessity to dry clothes doesn't burn out after 48 hours. The intent compounds. The AI identified that the underlying physical need was far stronger than any fleeting digital trend.
It bet on the concrete reality of a wet Tuesday, and it won by a landslide.
It did.
But I have to challenge you on the Falcon Arrow's result here. Persona 6 hitting negative 100.0%. A highly anticipated, globally recognized gaming franchise completely zeroes out.
It's a big drop.
If an advanced trend tracking system predicts heat and gets a negative 100% result, the model is fundamentally broken, isn't it? I mean, if my portfolio drops 100%, I don't call it a learning experience, I call it a total disaster.
That point.
How can an AI bombing a prediction this badly be anything other than a failure?
Because of the forward-looking research stance of the arena itself, in the context of trend intelligence architecture, a negative 100% is absolutely not a failure.
What is it?
It is highly calibrated data. We are studying what the system calls behavioral kinetics.
Behavioral kinetics. Okay, how does a massive loss help map that?
By calculating the precise decay curve of digital attention.
The decay curve.
Right. The AI isn't a stockbroker losing money. It is a scientist mapping a reaction. The anticipation for Persona 6 likely generated a massive initial spike of kinetic energy on day one.
Sure, a trailer drops, social media velocity goes parabolic, search queries spike.
Exactly. But the AI is programmed to track the sustainability of that heat over 10 days.
So it measures the drop-off.
It mathematically logs the divergence between digital noise and sustained behavioral momentum. The negative 100% proves how incredibly fleeting entertainment hype can be when it lacks immediate structural support, like, say, an actual product release date in that exact same window.
If you can't buy it, the hype just vanishes.
Exactly. The system learns that millions of impressions resulted in zero sustained kinetic behavior by day 10. This recalibrates the algorithm. It teaches the neural network to aggressively filter out the noise of future gaming announcements unless they are paired with a structural anchor. It is invaluable intelligence because it mathematically defines the decay rate of internet hype.
Okay, that completely shifts the perspective. Missing the mark that badly actually makes the tracking system infinitely smarter for the next run.
Precisely.
It mathematically proves that a massive spike in tweets has a half-life of maybe 48 hours, whereas the search volume for a washer-dryer in the rainy season has a half-life of weeks.
Exactly. The algorithm learns the precise weight of physical necessity versus digital excitement.
Which perfectly sets up the macro view of this entire simulation. Let's zoom out from the individual daily tracking missions and look at the season standings.
The big picture.
Yeah. This is where all these granular data points, the coiled springs, the sudden shock waves, the decay rates of digital hype, they aggregate into a broader picture of performance. And the scoreboard right now is profoundly lopsided.
It really is.
The Rhino Titans are sitting at an incredible positive 2,002.6%. The Falcon Arrows are at positive 250.1%. We are looking at nearly a 10-to-1 dominance by the Rhinos.
This 2,000% gap is a masterclass in long-term trend intelligence. It empirically demonstrates the compounding value of foundational mapping over time.
It really is staggering because human nature, right, it draws us to the Falcon Arrows approach.
Oh, absolutely.
We naturally want to be the ones surfing the 8.4% surge of a sudden market intervention. It feels exciting. It feels like you have your finger on the pulse of the real-time world.
It's seductive.
But the data here proves that structural stillness betting on the deeply predictable, fundamentally boring, solid mechanics of human behavior absolutely crushes the reactive strategy of kinetic propagation.
Well, it comes down to the energy required to maintain the models.
Wayne.
If an algorithm acts like the Falcon Arrows, constantly chasing rapid trends and sudden volatility, it will certainly capture isolated high-yield spikes.
Like the market intervention.
Right. But those spikes are inherently unstable. The models require constant, aggressive recalibration because the decay rates of kinetic events are so fast.
You are constantly hunting for the next lightning strike.
Precisely. You're always starting from zero. But relying on structural, foundational human needs, as the Rhino Titans do, builds compounding, scalable success over a season.
Because the baseline is always there.
Right. The Rhinos aren't wasting compute power trying to guess what the digital wind will do today. They are mapping the deep cultural ocean currents that have dictated behavioral flow for decades.
Wow.
And mathematically, over a long enough timeline, the persistent pull of the currents always generates more cumulative force than a sudden violent storm.
Because the storms pass, the viral tweets fade, the digital panic subsides, but the structural realities, the scheduled seasons, the weather patterns, the fundamental utility of daily appliances, those things return with mathematical certainty.
They never go away.
It's the difference between trying to calculate the trajectory of a single falling leaf and just quietly mapping out the inevitable arrival of autumn.
That's a beautiful way to phrase it. The simulation provides us with undeniable mathematical proof that while kinetic energy is highly visible and deeply distracting, structural stillness is the ultimate driver of sustained behavioral trends.
It is just a brilliant mechanism for filtering out the noise of the world. And, you know, it brings me to a final, slightly provocative thought I want to leave you with today.
Let's hear it.
If we step back and look at what these advanced AI systems are actually learning, it's a bit humbling. These algorithms are processing billions of data points, and their mathematical conclusion is that the vast majority of our digital hype, our viral outrage, and our trending topics have a decay rate so fast that they are statistically worthless over a 10-day period.
They just vanish.
Yeah. They are learning that human digital excitement is mostly just noise. So what does that mean for the digital world we are currently building? Are we spending all our time designing a hyperfast, notification-driven internet only for our own most advanced algorithms to figure out that the only things that actually matter are the quiet, boring, physical realities we've had all along?
That's a great question.
Are we building a digital world that even AI knows is just an illusion? It is something to deeply consider the next time you feel overwhelmed by the kinetic noise of your feed.
Absolutely.
We want to thank you so much for joining us at the table for this deep dive. If you enjoyed this analytical breakdown and want to keep exploring the fascinating mechanics of algorithmic trend intelligence with us, please make sure to subscribe to this channel.
We'd love to have you back.
And to truly go deeper into the metrics, check the video description right now to visit our Substack. Sign up for the Substack newsletter subscription to access the raw, detailed analytical data directly from the AI market arena. Find your structural stillness today, and we will see you on the next deep dive.